Good morning. Okay, so what are we doing? We're learning how to read the abacus. This is an abacus. It is a counting tool. So let's do a little review. Okay, let's see. How are we doing? All right, we're going to continue on. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're learning math. That's what we're going to do. We're going to learn some math. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for joining. For those of you that are interested, we're going to be learning some math in the morning. We're going to do some morning math. Oh, hello. Good morning. Good morning. So what we're looking to see this abacus. This abacus is a counting tool. It is a counting tool. What did I say? It's a counting tool. It's a math tool. We got to write that down. Math tool that visualizes numbers. That's all it is. That's what it is. It's a math tool that visualizes numbers. That's what an abacus is. An abacus is a counting tool. Does it do the calculations? It doesn't really do any calculations. You actually do the calculations in your head. Hello, good morning, Glory. Hello, good morning, Ethan. So, how are we today, Ethan? What time is it for you? What time is it for everybody? For those of you joined in, what time is it right now for you? Ooh. You went on earlier than I expected. I'm trying to figure out some schedules. It's 8 p.m. Woo! All right, all right. So, did you already have dinner? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Hello, greatness. Thank you. 8:30. Okay. Interesting. It's 5:30 for me right now. Hello, early stream. Hello, Three Sorn. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna learn how to read the abacus. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
I don't have anything that says good evening. Maybe I should do something for good evening. Good evening. Hello, good morning. Hello, 8:24. Woo. That's not bad. That's not bad. Is it nice outside or is it like hot? Thank you so much for the rose. Okay, so we're gonna learn how to read this abacus. Learning how to read this abacus is we're visualizing our numbers. So you'll notice that we actually have columns. Each column is a place value. So with the place value, we have our ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000. What? Yes. So this is our ones place. If you notice, we have this. It's early for 100. Oh, yay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So, yeah, I'm trying to catch the East Coast people. So you'll see that there's a dot right here. This dot tells me that this is this is a label. With this label, 53. Whew, that is chilly. How is that possible? Right now it's have this label. This label is telling me that this is the ones place. There's another label here. This will tell me the thousands. So when I bring it down, right, I have my ones and my tens. So that's why, that's the wrong way. I've got to go this way. There we go. So thank you so much for liking the live. If you notice, we have our ones and our tens. So when we count, this is actually 2. Anytime the beads are touching this horizontal bar, that's what's being counted. This is actually 2. And then there's a top bead. This top bead is a value of 5. No matter what, it's always going to be a value of 5. No matter what. So for those of you, I have that sold out. I guess I should start off with this one. That's okay. So what we are being taught how to use an abacus. Yes, we are. We are being taught. I am here to show the matrix what an abacus is. Thank you.
Welcome to the real world.
Hello, Sancho. For those of you, if you know it, then that's fine. That's great. I do have a few people that come in my room and say, I know how to use the abacus. I'm like, that's great. They actually been using the abacus for probably 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And just to see the different ways of teaching is just kind of interesting. So there's other people, like you could actually do, so on the abacus, you could add, subtract, multiply, and divide, which is really fantastic. But they're all being taught differently. So this is 52. Did I say that? This is 52. How do I get 52? 52 means this is the 5, this is a 2. Is this a toy? No, actually, this is actually not a toy. It's actually a tool. This is a tool, a math tool that visualizes your number, which is interesting because in in America, it's being viewed as a toy. It is actually not a toy. It started off as a business tool. So 52 looks like that. That's what 52 looks like if I wanted to write it out. And then we have our next number. So now we see that the bead at the bottom is touching instead of the top bead. So I'm going to remove this. This is no longer counted. Every time the beads are not touching the horizontal bar, that's not being counted. So my next number here is actually 1. All the bottom beads has a value of 1. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Welcome to the real world.
Thank you, everybody, for liking this live. How is this 52? 52. This is the top bead. The top bead is always going to be a value of 5. Thank you, VC. Thank you so much for the heart, for the rose. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall, morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
So it's 52 because the top bead is a value of 5. Good morning. Good morning. So we have 5, right? Do you understand that that's 5? And then we have 2. The 2 bottom beads is touching. When the 2 bottom beads touches this horizontal bar, that's what's being counted as 1s. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Thank you, Sage. Hello. Abacus, dude, Abacus, good morning. You too, Brian, thank you so much for dropping by. I hope you have a good day. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Does that make sense, Vesper?
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, city!
So this is actually not 57. So what I was mentioning is we actually have the bead at the bottom. And so when we actually have the bead at the bottom, this is actually 1. So notice that the positioning of the beads all depend on what we're trying to do. So we have the top bead is going to always be the value of 1, but the bottom bead will always be the value of, the top bead will always be the value of 1, and then the bottom bead will always be the value of 1. So we have 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. But together, this is 4. Does that make sense? So then this is actually 7. Notice I have the 2 beads here, 2, 1, 2. But then if I add the top bead, now we have 7. Doesn't matter what column you use. It kind of does. There is a label right here. This is my ones label. This ones label tells me that this is the ones place. So then afterwards, after the ones place, what's after the ones place is our decimal places. Our decimal places, because the decimal sits between our ones and the tens, it doesn't actually have a place value. It's just like another label, like a separator, just like a comma. This is our thousands. That's like a comma. So when we're looking, we have our thousands, ones, and then our decimal, and then we have our tenths, and then we have our hundredths. That's why we're using this one right here, because I like to use where the label is. You could use any column you like. However, I would get confused if I was ever to walk away and then come back, or if I'm doing something, I would always forget, because this right here tells me that this is the ones place. Yes, no, thank you guys. Thank you so much for the questions. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall, morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
So always pay attention to the positioning of the beads. When the top bead is touching, then that's counted as 5. So this is why this is 7, right? We have 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. So that's how we get 17. So yes, the answer is 17. Thank you so much, greatness. So we have our next number. So we have our tens and our ones. We have our tens and our ones. What number do we think that is? Don't forget that anytime the beads are touching this horizontal bar, thank you, greatness. Yes, it is. It is 20. It is 8. Good. Because we have the 2, right? 1, 2. The bottom bead's a value of 1. And then only the top bead, there's only one top bead, so you can only say 5, right? So anytime the top bead touches, right, like that, this is now considered 7. But when we take it away, this is considered 2. Right? So what the answer is actually 28. So notice I have 3. 1, 2, 3 plus the 5. So we're going to continue on with understanding. When we do this, remember that if this is my ones place, right? This is my thousands. That's why we nice to have a comma. That comma is easier to read It's harder to read if there's no comma. That's why it's nice to have it on the abacus. It's easier to read. So we have 3,456. Notice I have 3, 1, 2, 3. These are all value of 1. So the group of this is 3, the group of this is 4, and then this is 5. The top is value 5. Notice when I start combining the 5 with something else, it increases the number. So this is 6. We could take it one step further. We could do 73,000, right? 73,456.25. Good morning, everybody. My name is Lynette. I am an abacus teacher. I have been teaching abacus for about 20 years. So we have our next number, which is 555, right? So that just means it's this, right? And so when we're looking with our place value,
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
thank you everybody for liking my live. Thank you so much for liking my live. I hope to be able to get into the more of the matrix, and hopefully I can introduce the abacus to the matrix. Welcome everybody, welcome.
Welcome to the real world.
So we have this. Thank you, Legendary, for the follow. We have 55,555.55. That's what that means, right? So we could do it again with this number, right? Good morning, Laura. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall, morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Good morning. Where is everybody located now? Where is everybody located? So, if I have this one, I have 99, right?
99 problems, but a ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me.
Oh, thank you. Whew. So it's not too bad. Who in US is looking for an abacus teacher? Ah, thank you, Heather. So we have 99,999.99. That's what we have. And so when we're looking, we have our so that's what the number is. Thank you, Heather. Good morning. Good morning, Heather. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall, morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
It's funny, right? You didn't think it was part of your bucket list, but it is part of your bucket list now, right, Legendary? So if I call this as ones, I call this as my thousands. But guess what? I can easily call this one as my ones place right here. So my ones place is right here. So we have our 1, right? So just like our Roman numerals, this is what 1 looks like, right? 1 and 1. This is 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 5. 5 is going to always be the top bead, like the Roman numerals. This would be 5. We have 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. We have 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. We have 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. And then 9. 5 plus 4. Make sense? So then, if I keep this to be my ones place, we can have a really, really, really small decimal. So I clear my abacus out. I do 0.00001. And we can do that. We can do that. All right? So, for those of you that just joined, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for sticking around. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall, morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
This abacus is really crazy. Guess what? Guess what? It's not actually as crazy as you think it is, because we see it all over the place. The way we count on the abacus is very similar to the way we do tally marks as well. So we have Roman numerals as 1. Now we can do tally marks, and we can do a review. So if I choose this one, like a Pokemon, I choose this one to be my ones place.
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
I can show you in the tally marks, I do 1. This is 2. So I'll be 2. This is 3. I have 3. This is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, guess what? If I do the cross, that's the 5. It's as simple as that. We do 6. It's what? The cross, right? We cross this out. We know that this is 5. We have adding of the 1. We do 7. Cross, we have our group of 5, and then we add 2. 5, 6, 7. And then we do it again. We have 8, right? 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. And then we have 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. Notice how it's very similar. So reading the abacus is not difficult and it's not different. It's very similar to a lot of things that we use. There's another way. Here's another way to read the abacus. So if I have 1 on the abacus, guess what? I have pennies. These pennies is worth 1 cent. I have 1. I have 2. There's 2. I have 3. There's 3. I have 4. There's 4. Guess what? I have a nickel. This nickel is worth 5 cents. There's my 5. And then I can add 6. There's 6. I have 7. There's 7. 8. There's 8. And then 9. There's 9. Easy? Simple? Very similar. And then if I need to do 10, right? 10 is zero this out. I zeroed it out. And then I add the 10, which is a dime. Simple? Strange, right? There's a lot of similarities to the abacus. I'm letting you know. There's a lot of similarities to the abacus. And it's very easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue on. We have this number. So we have our next number. What number do we think this is? Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for liking the live. Thank you, everybody, for liking the live. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Thank you, Chice. Thank you, Chice, for the follow. So what number do we think this is? If I have my 10s over here, and then I have my 1s over here, what number do we think that is? What number do we think that is? Good morning, everybody. Yes, thank you, Ray. Right, thank you, Ray. Yes, it is 20. It is 8. So when we're looking, we have the top beat is a value of 5, and then added the 3. Thank you, Calvin. Thank you, Kita. Yes, it is. It is 28. Well done. Well done. So we have our next number. There we go. So what we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus. After we learn how to read the abacus, we can do adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. But it all depends, right? So we have our 1s and our 10s. I'm sorry, 1s and our 10s. So we have our 10s and our 1s. What number do you think? Thank you, KP, for the share. Thank you, Hannah, for the follow. So we have 95. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. You saved me. Thank you, Deanna. Thank you, Cameron. So is this the basically the original calculator? Yeah, I guess so. Yes, thank you. It is 95. It is 95. So we have that. I guess so. You could call it the original calculator. It is the original calculator. Because what they did in Mesopotamia was they used it to track their flock and sheep, and they were doing bartering systems. And then when money was introduced, they was able to use it to count money and stuff. That's what my assumptions are. But I don't know, because that's what I think. Yeah. Thank you. It is 15. So we have our 1s on the abacus and we have the 5. Notice that there are 2 1 beads, but it all depends on the positioning of the beads. So we looked at the top bead is a value of 5 and then the bottom bead is a value of 1. So this is a really good example of doing 15. So we have 1 and then 5. Well done. Thank you. And so we have to pay attention to this line. This line is what tells us whether or not we add or subtract. No, this tells us whether or not the beads are counted. So we have our next number, right? So we have our 1s and we have our 10s. Nope. We have our 1s and we have our 10s. So when we're looking, this is our 19. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Rai. Because what do we have? We have 5 and then plus 4 is equal to 9. We have 1 over here. So we're looking 1 and then 9. That's 19. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. How are we doing? We have 19 on the abacus, right? And then we have our next number. So for those of you that are interested, I do have other things you want us to answer, right? Yes, I do. I do want you to answer, and I like it. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Yes, the point, because you know why? I want to make sure that you know how to read it. I know how to read it. You know what I mean? But I want to make sure you know how to read it. Yes, it is 29. Thank you, Legendary. Yes, please let me know in the comments what number you think this is. So we have 20, and then this is 9. Yep. So we have 9, right? Because the top beat is a value of 5, and the bottom beat's a value of 4. I'm sorry, the bottom beat's a value of 1, but you add 4 1s together, and this becomes 4. right? And then this is becoming of the two. I appreciate you teaching me. Oh yeah, not a problem. Thank you for commenting, because that's when you know you're actively learning, right? As opposed to passively watching. The idea is to be actively learning, because you can watch everything, right? You can doom scroll and all this and that, not a problem. But what I want you to do is I want you to be actively learning. And that's what's the difference, right? The difference is to be able to understand how to use the abacus. You know what I mean? So thank you for participating. Oh, yes, thank you. And it also helps me keep track. So we have our 1, right? Thank you, legendary. We have 1 and then we have 8. We have 5 and then plus 3 is actually 8. 9 would look like that. Hello, B the Hobbit. Thank you for the follow. So my fingers are too big. Ha, ha, ha. That's funny. So we have 18. We have 1 over here. This is my tens place and then this is my 8. Right? And so we have our next number, that's 18, and then we have this one. This one's going to be easy. Whoa, how long have you been on live? Hello, Alana. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we have our next number. We have our ones. We have our ones and our tens. Exactly. It is 77. So we have 77 on the abacus. Thank you, Kimber. Thank you, Rye. Thank you. And then we have our next number, 77, and then we have this one. What number do we think this is? We have our tens, and we have our ones. What number? Oh, I got that one first. You did? No, I don't know. So it is 23. 20, because notice that the bottom beats the bottom beats are touching the horizontal bar. So we have 20. Thank you, B. Thank you, Comprehendo. Hello. Thank you, Legendary. Thank you, Master Michelle. Thank you so much. And thank you, Rye. Thank you, Kimber. Yes. Why do we start in the middle? I start in the middle because I have a label. This label right here, there's a label. Notice that there's a dot. That dot tells me is my ones place. So you'll notice that I have another dot over here. This tells me is the thousands. So it'd be like our comma. When I line up the place cards, we have our ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. That's why. And then after that, this would be the decimals. This would be the tenths, and then this would be the hundreds. Does that make sense, Dwayne? Thank you for the question. Thank you for the question. I do appreciate the questions. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, good. So that's why we get 23 on the abacus, and we have our next number. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
It is. It is 31. Thank you, Rye. Yes, so it's 1, 2, 3, and then we have the 1. So, interesting. What is this tool used for? It's used only for math. It's only used for math. Thank you, Jay, for the question. So this is a math tool that visualizes your numbers. That's what it does. And what we can do, we can do it with the basic operations. What are the basic operations? Basic operations is adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. So we can do all of that on the abacus. Good morning, Chris.
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, city.
Thank you, Jay. That's a very valid question. Thank you, Jay. I do appreciate that question. Some questions get triggered when they're just trolling and they're just trying to rage bait. Ha, ha, ha. But no, that's a very valid question. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Legendary. Thank you, Rye. It is 31. 1, 2, 3, and 1. So we have our tens and our ones, and all the bottom beads, right, are touching. So we don't have any top beads. If I had the top bead touching, this is worth 5. This would be 8. So we have 3, 1, 2, 3. If this was touching, that would be 81. If I had this bead touching, this would be 60. So this would be 86. But it's not. Our answer is 31. So we have, well done. We are done with this maze. Thank you, everybody, for joining. So what number is this question? We have our tens and we have our ones. We have our tens and we have our ones. Thank you for the follow, Jay. So then people might like, well, why would we want to use it? Oh, thank you, Kimber. Yes, it is 91. You might want to use it to keep your brain active. It is not 81. It is, hello, Darius. Thank you so much. Hello, Chris. Thank you so much. Yes, so it's 91. 81 looks like that. That's what 81 looks like. 91 looks like that because it's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 plus the 5. That's 90 and it's 1. There we go. So this book is not available. It will be available in my TikTok shop. I didn't realize I sold out. I should use a different one. this one is a 2-digit. What it is we talk about the tens and the ones, and then there's in the beginning of the book I have instructions on how to read the numbers. Like I'll do a review of the numbers and how it relates to the abacus, and then I give you this mask maze. That's what this is right here. The mask maze was to Chris. Did you get my email about the mask maze? I didn't realize that you didn't get it. I didn't realize that you didn't get the mask maze. Yeah, Chris, did you get my email? I went back to try to make sure that everybody got the mask maze that who signed up for it. So no, but okay, yeah, go check your email because I just sent it yesterday. Somebody told me that they didn't receive the mask maze, so I had to look back. So let me know if there's any problems, Chris. Let me know if there's any problems, okay? I actually bought the counting book instead of the 3-digit maze. Oh, oops. I just cut it out of the book. Yeah, but if this doesn't work, yeah, but the paper is a little thin. That's why you have the option to download it. So, oh, I'm sorry, Heather. But you know, the counting book is kind of cool. You can be creative with it. So here, I'm kind of creative with it. You can open your mind to like something creativity. So it's not to waste. It would make you, I don't know, be relaxing. So, Heather, when you start doing your coloring, let me see what designs you get. Yeah, this is when I started, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, yeah, Heather, let me know what your pictures look like. That'd be really awesome. I would love to see your pictures. So we have our next number. Oh yeah, so we're going to continue on. So this is the mass maze. This is to cover up the paths. To cover up the paths is this, right? And so what we're doing is we're trying to make sure that you don't see the answer. That's why we cover the answers covered. It's easy to see what the answers are. So this is what the maze is, and then we have this. This is called a reverse maze. The reverse maze means that you take a look at the number and then you see what this is. So we have 36 on the abacus. You have to color in 36. I give you the path, right? And then the idea is to color in the abacus, and that's what that is. Okay, so what do we have? And then if you want, there are answers in the back of the book. There are answers in the back of the book. There we are. So let me know if you have any questions. All right. We have that. So there are the different types. There is a 3-digit. There's a 3-digit. There's a 3-digit puzzle that's available in my shop. I have 2 left. What are we doing is we're doing the hundreds, the tens, and the ones. So on the abacus, it would be the hundreds, the tens, and the ones. So this is the 3-digit. Ones, tens, hundreds. I finally caught you not in the middle of a question. Can you show an addition? Hello, Rachel. Yeah, we could do that. So let me finish this thought, and then we could do some addition. What kind of addition are you looking at? Like, are you looking at the simple ones, or are you looking at the simple ones? So we have our 3-digit number, right? And then it would look like this. I've already done it. I've done a lot of it. So we have our 3 digits, and again, the path is here, right? You find the answers on the abacus, and then you just follow the path, right? And then the 4-digit, same thing. There is examples in the front to be able to explain, right? To explain what it looks like on the abacus, and then we have our numbers. Simple addition, please. I'm starting to learn. I understand the numbers, but adding. Oh, I see. Okay, got it. We're actually just about to start that. So here is the mask maze. Here is the maze, and this is what it looks like. I just colored in this one to be the not the right one, but what I did is the right one is the colored path, and so it's saying again the idea is to find the answer and then follow the path. And then I also give you the reverse maze, which is you find you're given the path and you need to follow the abacus, right? That's what it is. Cool. All right, cool. Then you're actually in the beginning of my live, which is great. Thank you for joining, Rachel. So yes, we will be going into simple addition. That's what we're going to do right now. Well done. You actually came in the right time. That's what this is. So here's a little flip through of the book, and then we're going to go into some simple addition. Simple addition means just being able to add on the abacus, right? So this is the flip through. This is a preschool book. This preschool book was meant for children that are 3, 4, and 5. Some people are like, that's too young. I was like, that's up to you. You go right ahead. But the idea is, if they're already starting to count, right? If they're already starting to count on their fingers, which is a natural thing, they're going to start learning. That's when it'd be easy to start learning how to count. If they start learning how to count when they count on their fingers, like if they even count their cars. So I have like boys, they all played with cars. My kid was lighting up all their cars, and they just started counting, and he was probably like 1 or 2 at the time. So that's when it'd be kind of nice to start introducing it. I didn't introduce my abacus until about 4.5, 5 years old, only because I didn't have these resources. I just made these resources after they were done. So this is the idea of looking at the numbers. I added some tracing and some activities to get them to strengthen the idea of what the numbers are compared to the abacus. And so this is pixel art. This is again just a number recognition, and then we have our 5 to 9. 5 to 9 again is just going through from the numbers 5 to 9. I didn't do 10 because I didn't want to have to explain what the place values are just yet. That's in the later. That's in the later part of the curriculum. This is ideally right talking to children that are 3, 4, and 5. If they already know it, then it's fine. It's easy. If they already know their numbers, then maybe you might want to start off with the mazes. So we have our pixel art, and then we go into, after this is just strengthening the concept of what the numbers are, and then we go into how to count forward, right? After counting forward, we count backwards. After counting backwards, right, we count what's in the middle, what's after in the middle, then we count what's around, that's what's surrounding, and then after that, we start comparing. After comparing, right, so we're trying to understand these numbers. Now we're going to get into adding and subtracting. Hello, Crafts by Ocean. So in the way the book is, the way I wrote it is, I wanted the kids to really understand the numbers, right? What we're doing is we're adding the second number. We're not focusing on the result. We want to divorce the result and marry the process, right? So we don't want to focus on the result. What we do is we want to focus on the process. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for joining. Good morning.
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, city!
For those of you that are interested, I do have this one. I'm sorry. This one is things. Thank you, Jay. So we have 7 on the abacus. 7 on the abacus. What we're doing is we're focusing on this number. Can we add the 1? Can we do it?
Yes, we can.
We can add the 1. So all we got to do is add we have the 7, we add the 1, so my final answer is 8. We're not going to memorize the answer. We're not going to memorize the answers, right? What we're going to do is we're going to understand how we're using it. So the biggest thing, what did they say? I could give you the fish, but I need to teach you how to fish, right? That's like the whole thing. I'm teaching you how to fish because I want to know is there enough to add? Right? So I have 7 on the abacus. I want to add the 2. When I add the 2, these are the 2 I'm going to add, right? I'm not going to say, well, let's make 9. No. What I'm going to do is, can I add the 2? So I'm adding the 2, so my final answer is 9. We're not going to focus on the result. We're focusing on the process, right? So we have 5 on the abacus. You could do dots. That's fine. You could do dots. Thank you, Hibby Shibby. That's a cute name. So we have our 5, and then we want to add the 3. You could do the dots like mainstream math does. That's fine too. You could do the tally marks. That's fine too. But when the abacus, you can actually scale it. So if I want to do 50 plus 30, now I have 80. So you could do the dots. That's a lot of dots to be, right? And so we can do this. It doesn't let me download the maze, so I can print it. Okay. You're out. No. I gave you a new one. There should be another there should be a new one at the end. I sent you one yesterday. Is that the one from yesterday? Oh yeah. So we can actually scale it. So if you notice that, yeah, I got that email. Okay, it's supposed to be in that one, not the first ones. Okay, so let me check it again. Okay, let me check it again. So we could do, so we could do 500, 500. We could do 800, 800. Okay, I'll check it again. And then if not, I'll send it to you again. So here, when we're looking, we have, I wonder if it's cached. Can you go incognito? No, you can't. Okay, never mind. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can resend it to you. So we have our number. If we want to subtract, what we're doing is we're subtracting, right? So what we're doing is we're taking away. This is not a negative. This is a taking away. I want to minus the 1. So I want to take away the 1. Notice when I add the 1, I go to the horizontal bar. When I subtract, this is 6. I go to the horizontal bar. I'm adding, right? When I go away, when I want to subtract, all I got to do is go away from the horizontal bar. So my final answer is 5. So we have 5. Does that make sense? So what we're doing is we're understanding how to take away the 1. We could do the same thing with the 2. So this is minus the 2. It's minus the 2, not negative 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 3 to the abacus, and then I want to take away 2. So I take away 2. 1, 2. Does that make sense? So we could do it again. Then we have 5. Adding of the 5 means what? Going to the horizontal bar, right? Adding of the 5 goes to the horizontal bar. When we take away the 5, we go away from the horizontal bar. So here, if we want to do 6, 6 is what? 6 is 1 beat on top and 1 beat on the bottom. But what do? When we have a number on the abacus, like 2 or 3, we have 3 on the abacus. I want to add 6. Thank you for the follow, Mike. I want to add 6. It's 1 beat on top and 1 beat on bottom, and you bring it together. So that's what we're doing when we're adding the numbers. That's how we move the beads. We want to take away, just push it apart like this. We add, we take it away. That's all we're doing. So we have 1, 2, 3, add 6. Take away 6. Make sense? So we could do it again with 7. 7, hold on. 7, nope. 7. What is 7? 7 is 1 beat on top, 2 beats on the bottom, right? That's what 7 is. However, if I have 1 on the abacus, I want to add 7. To add the 7 is 1 beat on top, 2 beats on the bottom. It doesn't change. Adding the 7 doesn't change. Adding the 7 does not change. Right? So we add the 7, we take away the 7. We add the 7, we take away the 7. And there we go. So, Rachel, does that make sense? So we do it again. If I have 8 on the abacus, Cliff, how is this hard? How is this hard? You let me know. Because giving me a comment saying that this is hard doesn't tell me that you're learning. You're just in here just to make a comment. So tell me, how is this make hard? How is this hard? Did you just come in? Did you not understand that these beads are counting? Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel. Bruh. I don't understand the buttons thing. I just came in. Okay, thank you, Riley. So, let's do a review. Thank you, Riley. So when we're looking, we have 1. So, these are beads, and the beads are touching this horizontal bar. This horizontal bar is what counts the beads. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. This is 5. Right? This is 6. Oh! 7, 8, 9. My books just came in. Yay! Oh, good. Oh, good. Votive. Okay, so what about 8 plus 8? We're going to get to that. That's a little bit later. Since you need more beats. Yes, good, good, good. We're going to get to that in a little bit. Let's do a little review. So we have the top beat is a value of 5. We have the top beat is the value of 5. And then we have 1. We have 2. We have 5 plus 1 is 6, right? 5 plus 1 is 6. We have 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. And then 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 4, right? 5, and then this is 4, is 8. Riley, does that make sense? Jackson, I don't need this. Then why are you in the room? You specifically came into my room. So apparently you need this. Oddly, yes, right? So after 9 is 10. 10 is, that's what I'm saying. It's very easy. Simple to use, easy to understand. We have our ones, we have our tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. This is for all ages. Jackson is just ageist. Jackson is just ageist. I don't even know if Jackson knows what ageist means. I think Jackson is too young to understand what ageist means. Jackson's just being ageist. Once you brought out the chart, it made sense. Uma, ask the questions. Ask the questions. If I don't know you're there, I don't know. I don't know if I like it. Are there some that are longer so it's easier to count, or is it just meant the top? The top beat is a value of 5, no matter what. So if I did this, it would look like this. Hold on, Colin. Hold on. If I did this, the top beat is a value 5. Hello, H. So we have this, right?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
So we have 55,555.55. Is that what you mean by longer? Is the question longer? So then the numbers are as long as no matter how many, the numbers are as long as your abacus. So as long as your abacus is like big, then your abacus will be big. Does that make sense? So then if I wanted to do this one to be there is a decimal. Yes, there's a decimal right here. The decimal sits right here, right? 0.55, right? So the height, yes. So if you're looking for a bigger, no, taller, like this, no, there is nothing taller. This is a standard size abacus. But if you're looking for longer, hello, Ennis. Did I join too late? No, we actually are going to just start doing the formulas. So this is a 7-column abacus, and this is a 13-column abacus. The reason why you might want to do a 13-column abacus, because size matters. If your numbers are bigger, you're going to need a bigger abacus. If your numbers are smaller, you could still use a big abacus, but you just have an extra columns. But if you want to use this one and then graduate to this one, you could do that too. It's up to you. So, yeah, we just started. We're going to just start doing the formulas. You're just in time. So then I have this number over here, right? So this number over here.
99 problems, but a ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me.
So we have 99,999.99. Wait, could you read my question? You had a question? I didn't see it. What's your question? I didn't see it. Was it filtered? Height, I guess. Did I join too late? Nope, I don't see it. Have you heard of a song, Heavy Abacus? I have no idea what an abacus was. Up in the little chat. No, yeah, I think it was. I didn't see it. I didn't even know you were around. I never saw it. I think it's filtered. Do you think you can rewrite it a little bit? Thank you, fraudulent. Yes, please rewrite it a different way. Because I think it was filtered. Okay, we're gonna get to, because all I see is, oh my god, the chart made so much sense. That's all I got. All right. Thank you, Riley, for the follow. Okay, we're gonna continue on. So, okay, yeah. So now the question is what happens when there's not enough? Okay, the first thing we're gonna do. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? Before I go, one more thing. So that was the one thing is in mainstream math, they're like, we got to get the kids to memorize how to make a 9. And they call it a math fact of 9. And I'm like, why? We don't need to do it on the abacus. We need to pay attention to this. So what is it? If I have 1, do I have 8? Yes, I have the 8. Just bring it together. That's all I got to do. I have 2 on the abacus. Do I have 7? Yes, I have 7. All I got to do is bring it together. So what I'm doing is I'm showing you how easy it is on the abacus. The reason why is because the abacus, even though there's a restriction, you can see and then you can utilize it. Thank you so much for checking in. For those of you that are interested, go ahead and check in on the orange heart me and get your engagement points. So we have 3 on the abacus. We have 3. 1, 2, 3. Do I have 6? Yes, I have 6 right here. So all I got to do is understand to add the 6. Uba, please put in your comment again. Put in your question again. So we have 4 in the abacus, and then we add the 5. That's it. So what we're doing is we're understanding how to utilize the abacus. Because we utilize the abacus, we're understanding that we don't need to memorize how to make a 9. All right, so we're done with that. What happens? So the greatest question was, what happens when... What do you mean? What? It didn't go through. Okay, try separating it by spaces or something. What do you mean add? if I have 1 on the abacus, I'm sorry, if I have 4 on the abacus, right? Let's do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I add to the horizontal bar. When I go to the horizontal bar, I add it. When I go away from the horizontal bar, oh, I'm sorry. When I go to the horizontal bar, I'm adding it. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I add the 5, you go to the horizontal bar. Does that make sense? So, Bila, does that make sense? So, Bilal, right? So when I add it, I bring it together. Yeah, is there a way to say it differently? Thank you, Chris. Thank you for the help. Yeah, try a different way. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is the blue always a certain? Yes, exactly. The blue will always be a value of 5 no matter what. The top bead will always be the value of 5 no matter what. So if I did this, this is not 10. We are not combining the columns. This will be separated. This is a 5 and then 5, right? This is 55. And then we have, I haven't been in your life for I haven't been in your life for a little due to school. Of course, not a problem. Not a problem. That's all right. I'll be here because I'm here every day.
Chief, mate, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
We're going to try to take over the world. I'm trying to abacify the world. Okay, is the blue bead in the 10 spot? Still, yes, it is. And so if I did this, this would be 50, 5, 0. If I did 1 like that and do that, this would be 1, 1, 5, 15. So when we are looking, we have 51. The top bead is a value of 5, and the bottom bead's a value of 1. Right, because it's the tens, exactly. So yes, your comment did go through. So thank you. I do appreciate your patience. So if I did this, this would be 10, 1, 0. If this would be 5, 0. If I do this, do it one more, this would be 500, right? If I do this, this would be 5,000, right? 5, 0, 0, 0. This would be 1. 5,001, 5,002. If I did this, this would be 5. This would be 50, and then this would be 500. Thank you. Yes, because it's the tens. It's actually, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Simple to use, easier to understand. It's simple to use and easier to understand as long as your questions are answered. You know what I mean? Because when you get those questions, it's nice to be able to say, oh, wait a minute, and get them answered right away. Yes, the last 2 represents the decimals. Because after the ones, there's a label right here. This is my dot. After the ones is my decimals. It's my ones, my tenths, and then my hundredths. So yes, it is the decimal. So when we look at this, we have our number. We have 73,456.25. That's what that would look like. So we have our 7, 5, 6, 7, right? 5 plus 2 is 7. We have 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. This is 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. This is 2. And then this is 5. Is it only limited by size? It is. You're absolutely right. It is limited by size. So I almost got into my mind. I'm sorry. I almost got it in my mind. That's beautiful. Thank you, Colin. So this is a 13-column abacus. This is a 7-column abacus. Yes, the bigger the abacus, the bigger the size. Bigger the abacus, the bigger the number, the bigger the abacus, right? You could use a small number on this big abacus. That's fine too, right? But why? Because size matters. You could use this. I usually use this one when I do division because I need more. It's so entertaining, easy to follow what you're saying. Thank you so much, Nutella. Thank you so much. This one is for Harrison.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
So that's what it is. You could do smaller numbers here, right? Can you divide? Yes, you can divide. So you can divide and multiply on the abacus, but depending on how we get there, right? But we're going to continue on with how to make a 10. So one of the question was adding, making 10. So again, we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. What number does the 1 go up to? This one? The 13 column one? Hello, Irina. Hold on. If I choose this one to be my ones place, I have my ones, thousands, millions, billions, and trillions. So it can go up to trillion. All right. So, Irina, do you know how to read the abacus? Just to check. Right? Okay, that makes sense. Okay, now that seemed hard. Yes. Is this why Chinese are so smart? No, no, you know what? No, you know what it is? It's not that Chinese are smart. It's that the priority is education. You know? Okay, hold on, Irina, because we're going to go into that in a little bit. That's the only reason. The only reason is because education was a priority. That's all it is. Education is priority for all the cultures, then everybody would be smart. So no. No, I don't take offense to that, but thank you. I do appreciate that. But if you prioritize education, there you go. So, how do you read it? Hold on. We're all counting yeah. So, but you know what I mean? Unknown 3232. It's only because education is one of the priorities. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad in Japan that the kids are suicidal. You know, that's a little bit extreme. That's not where I want to go. But what I'm saying is, you know, it's hard for me to calculate. I don't get it. Okay, hold on. We're gonna do it right now. We'll do it right now. We'll do it right now. So, it's Rudy. We're gonna have to wait a little bit. You're gonna have to try to follow along. So, for those of you that are interested, thank you and good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall, morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
When you combine the abacus and the abacus, you could combine it, but I think it's a little. You could combine it. You could, but you just get a bigger abacus, really. It's up to you. I don't know how you would separate it. Yeah, I don't know. You could combine it or make a new one. It's up to you. Okay, so it seemed like that this one was it. Okay, so here is the thing. This is learning how to make a 10. Learning how to make a 10. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. My goodness. What we're going to do is we're going to learn how to make a 10. There it is. Okay, so the question was, there was a couple of questions we had. We had a couple of questions. It's funny because I'm 19 years old and I want to learn. No, that's fine. I actually have a few. I have a lot of. My range of age actually is different. I have some kids that are like 5th grade, 6th grade that comes into my life. I have high schoolers that come into my life, and they're really genuinely wanting to learn this. And then the high schoolers that said that they learned it, they said that they improved in their study skills, just because it does help with fundamentals of math. So one of them was 8 plus 8. The other one was what? 8 plus 5? Was that the other one? And then the other one was 13? Was it 13 plus 8? 13 plus 8? Okay, hold on. Let me check on the questions. Okay, yeah, got it. So 8 plus 5, 5 plus 8. That's a little different. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to understand how to make an 8. Now, when we do, right, what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to make a 10. So what we're understanding is what? If I have 8 on the abacus, right, how do I make a 10? Well, let's use these blocks, right? We know that if I have 8, I just need to add 2, right, to make a 10. 1, 2. That's the only thing I need to remember. This is what I need to remember, right? I'm ready for the calculating part. Okay, good. Thank you. So we have our next number, right? 8 plus 8. So we have our number, right? We have our formula. Our formula is plus the 10 minus the 2. What did we do? What we did is we did some modification.
You need modification! Modify!
Notice that when we want to make a 10, all we did, right? If we isolated this 8, all we did when we isolated the 8, let's see if I have it here. All we did to isolate the 8. Here we go. This is my addition sentence, right? When we isolated the number how do we do it? We take this number and we put it to this side. So if we isolate the 8, it's 8 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 2, right? Because if we subtract this, then it gets canceled out. This gets canceled out, right? So that's the concept. That's the idea. The idea is to know how to make a 10. So here we go. If we have 8 on the abacus, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? We have 8 on the abacus. We have 8 on the abacus. I want to add another 8, right? And so after this, Colin, we'll get to your question. I want to add another 8, but guess what? Hello, Rob. Hello, Rob. I think it's fun, and she makes it. Oh, thank you so much, Rob. Did you finish the book? Okay, so then I want to add another 8. Well, here's my 8. Now, you'll notice that there's not enough room to add another 8. Oh my God, how long did it take you? It took Chris, I don't know if Chris is still around. It took Chris like 6 days. And I'm like, oh man, you guys are making me run for my money. A weekend? Oh my gosh. Was it that fun? Hello, Laura. I'm like, a whole weekend. Oh my God. I guess it was fun. Okay. So yeah, for those of you that are interested, I do have the Abacus book for adults. Good times. Oh my God. Next one will be multiplication. So I made a abacus for adults. That's what I did. Oh my God. That's crazy. Oh, I don't know if you know that, Laura. Oh no, you know that. Yes, yes, yes. And so what I got to do is I had to do the 2-step, and then I'm going to do multiplication. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Go back. So we have 8, right? To make a 10 out of this 8, I got to get 2. I got to get 2 from somewhere. 2 has to come from somewhere. How do I get one? You can get it either from my TikTok shop, or you can get it over here. My name is Lynette, and you can buy it over here. My whole collection is here, but I'm trying to bring it to my TikTok shop, and I just realized I'm starting to sell out, which is fantastic, but also painful. So thank you so much for viewing the product. So I want to add 10. I want to make a 10 out of this 8. To make a 10 out of the 8, where do I get it from? Yes, thank you, Chris. I got to get 2 from somewhere. Right? I got to take away 2 from somewhere. I got to take it away from the 8, right? Take it away from the 8. So I took it away from the previous 8. I took it away from here. And then I add these 2 to my second 8. Guess what? Now I've made a 10. So all I got to do is add the 10. Is what Chris said, right? We have to minus the 2 and then plus the 10. That is what we just did. So we had to subtract in order to add. Thank you so much, Laura, for the finger heart. So what did we do? We had to subtract in order to add. Kind of like drifting.
If you're going hard enough left, you'll find yourself turning right.
Oh, right. That makes perfect sense. Turn right to go left.
Makes perfect sense, right? It's funny. We do these things in life, and it actually translates to Abacus. So it's not a foreign concept to add more than what you need. Or to subtract what you want. So that's what this is. Does that make sense? So the next question was 13. The 13. So let's do 13 on the Abacus. 13. The next question was 13 on the Abacus, right? 13 on the Abacus. I want to add the 8. To add the 8, what do? Well, if I have 13 on the Abacus, I have to make an 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, but I don't have any more room to add the 8. Guess what? Yes, we have to subtract from the first to add to the other. That's where it comes from. So that's why we have to subtract from here. So to make this a 10, I got to take it from here. See how there's some loose beads here? I'm adding the 8 here. I have loose beads right here. So I take it away from here, right? I take it away from here, from the first number, and I add it to my second number. And then I add it to my abacus. So my final answer is 21. Does that make sense? So that's what we're doing is when we're making a 10. We're literally making a 10. We're literally trying to make a 10. Thank you for the follow, Helen. Oh my God, right? Simple to use. Simple to use, easy to understand. Simple to use, easier. And this is what makes it different. Thank you, Helen, for the rose. Thank you, Helen, for the rose. So what we're trying to do is it's not a different strategy, right? The idea is in mainstream math, there's a lot of strategies. There's like all these things you got to do. But in Abacus, you work with what you have. We can do it again with the 7. So if I have 7 on the Abacus, right? 7 on the Abacus, and I want to add 8. Again, I have no more room to add the 8. There's not enough room to add the 8. Guess what? I'm going to make a 10. That's the carrying over. When you carry over, right, you take 2 from your 7. You take 2 from your 7 and you add it to the 10. So our final answer is 15. So what we're doing is we're not counting up because we know this. We know our fact families. We know our fact families of how to make a 10. We should use it. Oh, yes. Thank you, Josh. We should use this concept, right? Use the concepts that we have. Why are we teaching the kids how to make a 10? We're grabbing the numbers from somewhere. We're grabbing the numbers from 2. I know when you're talking about a mainstream math, they're like, oh, just make it 10. Just a blah, 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 blah. Fine. But where do you got it? Where do you get it from? You know what I mean? Can you let us know when the book... Okay, yes. Yes, I will. Thank you so much, Helen, for your patience. Thank you so much for your patience. I will let you know. Right? So we use subtraction. Yes, exactly. So you have to subtract in order to add.
If you're going hard enough left, you'll find yourself turning right.
Oh, right. That makes perfect sense. Turn right to go left.
So the question was 8 plus 8. We have 8. So you move from the top, the 1 from the Abacus, right? This one right here, take it away from the 2. Yes, right? When you add it, it gives you, when you take it away, it gives you 6. Do you see that? It gives you 6. But what happens is you've created a 10 with your second 8. So we add the 10 because you added that. Yeah, I never understood this is if I only read it. Seeing is so much more helpful. Yeah. It took a while to figure out. Like when I learned it, I had to memorize formulas and I didn't understand what I was doing. But when I really broke it down to try to explain what we were doing, I realized it's really that simple. You take from what you have. You don't grab from somewhere. You don't grab from the ether these random numbers. So that's the other question, right? The other question is you don't go up and down. You don't want to make 10 out of this 9. You make the 10 out of the 8. You always go from top down. Does that make sense? So even I have 9 here, I'm not going to make a 10 here because what's the problem? The problem is I'm going to grab 1 from the ether. No. The problem is you go from top down, 9 to 8. I want to make a 10 out of my 8. Breaking it down makes learning so much accessible and fun. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Rob. Here's a question for Chris and Rob. Did it make sense when I talked about the 2-step equations? I'm assuming it did because you guys did it so quickly. So I've only been here like 20 minutes and you've done so good at explaining it. Thank you, Uba. Thank you, Uba. Oh, my God. You guys, you know how long it took me to figure out how to like format that? That's what took a little bit to like format how to explain it on a piece of paper because I don't have a video to explain it, which I will be adding videos to my books, but that's later. Thank you, Rob. Thank you so much for thank you for the confirmation. Yes. So when we're looking at it, you're not going to make a 10 out of this 9, right? I'm not going to rage. I'm not going to crash out. I'm just going to let you know you go from top down. Right? So when you go from top down, you got to get the 10 to make that 8. Does it work? G? Yes, it works. It works fine. Thank you so much. Does that make sense? So, Caris, does that make sense? I'm sorry. 8, 9 plus 1. Take 1. No. No, not take 1. Not take 1. Because the partner of 8 is 2. You have to take 2. Yeah. No, you don't go the other way. You don't take from the 8. The partner of 8 is 2. Go top down. Go top down. So when we do it, it goes from 9 first and then 8. It will go top down, right? So it goes top down. That's what I mean. So we have this, right? You take from the 9. Yes, you take from the 9. You go top down. The reason why, okay, here's another reason. When we start looking at our addition problems, right? When we look, it's easy to do it when it's 2, right? But when it starts to get 3, 4, 5 lines, that's when you start getting into problems. That's why you go from top down. You start doing a running total on the abacus. So it doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense why we go up and down, right? No. There's a structure and there's a structure and a process. The structure is to go from top down because you have a running total and you just go one line at a time, right? That's why when people, there was like this one Guinness World Record, they were doing 100 lines within 30 seconds. They didn't go all over the place. No. What they did is they went top down and then I kept adding. And what they did was they understood of a running total. So, does it work with multiple digit of addition? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But what I'm showing is a concept. Understand the concept first, and then it doesn't matter. Understand the concept. So when we're looking, so does that make sense, Carice? It always goes from top down. Always take from the top to go down. To finish the equation. Make it 10. Make it 10. So my final answer is 17. Thank you, Seb, for the share. Thank you, everybody. Wow, we're at 14K. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. There's one above that got filtered out. So we have, okay. Oh, but yes, okay, this is so cool. Thank you. I heart my hellhound. Okay, so how is it early for, oh, good morning, Allie. Good morning. It is 6:30 in the morning for me right now. I've been on so I came on about 5:30. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Good morning, wall. Morning, ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Thank you, Allie, so much for joining. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I need to find a pen. All right. So the question is, such an early bird. Oh my! I love the audios. You got to get your audios going. You got to get your sound bites going. That would be the best. That would be the best. Okay. The question is 8 plus 17. That's a little bit difficult. Can I see you do how I see top down would look like? Yeah. So that's what I did. So I did 9, right? If I did 9, I want to add the 8. To add the 8, what do I do? Minus the 2 plus the 10. Simple. Right? Do you teach other subject other than math? I did teach computers, coding for a while. But I kind of stopped that for a little bit because I'm trying to get this off the ground. Other than that, I was actually a computer programmer. But I enjoy teaching. Carice, does that make sense? So we had 9 on the abacus, right? We had 9 on the abacus. I want to add the 8. So I see from top down look like. So minus the 2 plus the 10. I love watching you teach abacus. Ah, thank you, Allie. Thank you, Allie. Thank you. I appreciate that. I want to stick around for your live too, but it's kind of like my time to go live. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Thank you. I do appreciate yours too. I hope you do well. I hope you do well. But yeah, you got to get the sound bits, because you're on. I use TikTok Studio, and then you can add it. So you broke the 9. Yes. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Yes, I broke the 9 to give it to the 8. I did it reverse. So right answer, wrong process. Yes, I would say that. I would say that the reason why is because when the numbers get longer, right? So when you have like, say you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 digits, it gets really hairy. So if I had like, we have like 9, 8, 3, 4, 2, right? You don't want to go up and down. You don't want to go up and down. I'll look into it. Thank you. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, not a problem. Let me know. Let me know if you have any questions about going live. Yeah, if you like, I found this one other thing called Tickfinity. I'm trying to figure that out a little bit. So we have. Oh yeah. So for, yeah, exactly. That's why. I mean, it's easy to do because it's 2 digits, but then it. Yes, thank you. Good morning. Good morning, board. Thank you. 6:30. So, do you take from 17? No, you never take from the top. You don't take from the top. You take from the bottom. But you don't take the whole number. Thank you. Thank you so much for checking in. So we have 8 on the abacus, 8 on the abacus, right? That's what 8 is. We want to add 17. You still go from top to bottom. You add the 1 and then you add the 7. Well, what's the 7? Do you remember what the formula for 7 is? We know to make it 10 is a 3. Thank you, board. Right? 7 plus 3 is equal to 10. So we got to get the 3 from somewhere. The 3 comes from the 8. Do you see that? The 3 comes from the 8. Because the 7 is supposed to sit right here. Right? 1, 7. Take away the 3 plus the 10. That's the formula. I'm not awake. It's too early for everything. It is early. It is early. But I think after this, I'm going to try to go for a run. I was going to go for a run yesterday, but then something stopped me and I forgot what it was. Did that make sense, Ubi? Uba. Sorry, Uba. So, somebody mentioned it. Monsters, Inc. I have to think about Monsters, Inc. Yes, say Chachalaka? Okay, good. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your patience. So this one here, right, plus the 7 is what? Plus 7 is equal to plus the 10 minus 3. That's the formula. That's the formula. What we're looking at is, again, what I'm saying is, look at the second number. The second number is what we do. Wow, you run too? Ha! I used to. I did before COVID. I would run. I would do marathons. I enjoy marathons and like the long runs. But then COVID happened and then I got lazy. And then I'm like, everybody's home. I'm just gonna stay home. So, okay, good. So if we have, say, 7 plus 23. Okay, good. Thank you everybody for the questions. So we have 723. Well, guess what? We don't start from the top again. We don't start from the top. What happens? Well, we know what? What do we know? We know. There we go. Yes, Allie, you got to start exercising. You can't just sit around. You got to start exercising. I know the life of a computer programmer, and it's hard. Because you get so involved. Thank you so much for checking in. Allie, thank you so much for checking in. So, understand, 3 plus 7 is equal to 10. You need to add 2 beads to 10. No. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, yes, you're right. Yes, add 2 beads to the 10. So we have 7, right? And our question is 23. 7. 23. Add the 2. Yes, add the 2 to the 10th bead. And then add the 3. What is adding the 3? How do I make 10 out of it? I need to make 10 by adding the 7. You get it away from the 7, right? You minus the 7, and I made my 10. So my final, yes, exactly. Then you subtract 7 from the 1s. Yes, exactly. So my final answer is 30. Yeah. Allie, you need to start exercising. Just in general. Everybody needs to exercise. No more doom scrolling. Everybody go exercise. Yeah. That's the, try to be healthy. That's the one thing. If you don't have your health, what do you have? Yes, thank you, Irina. Good, 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 good. But see, that's the thing. You always go from top down. That's why you need to be You need to be versatile to understanding how to add and subtract the numbers. Yes, good, 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 good. What are we doing? There we go. Yeah, great. All right. So that was a big one. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. So that's what it is. So when we're adding the 10, this is what we call making the 10. And that's what this book is. This book is about making the 10. And what we do is 10 is the secret. 10 and 5. 10 and 5 is the secret, actually. These two. Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning. 10 and the 5. Thank you so much for checking in. For those of you that are interested, go ahead and click on the orange heart me around here and grab your engagement points. 10 and the 5 are the secret sauce. It's 6:30 in the morning. I don't feel like doing anything. At work, can't chat much. Your support. Oh, thank you so much, Stephanie. Yeah, no. Focus on what you're doing. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining, Stephanie. I do appreciate it. Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much for checking in. Thank you. So does that make sense? The secret sauce is actually, you just need to know this. Hello. Thank you. Happy Wednesday. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall, morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
So when we're looking, right, we've done the tens. Now we got to take a step back to do here. I've been on for about an hour and 15. Yeah, I came in at about 5:30 because I was trying to get in for the people on the East Coast. So, yeah, I just bought an Abacus for me. Oh, thank you so much, Allie. Thank you so much, Allie. Yeah, you're welcome, Chris. You're welcome. I feel bad that everybody's like on so late, so I'm trying to cut my nights a little bit shorter so I can go on in the earlier. Teach the East Coasters Abacus. Yeah. No worries, Chris. Don't worry. You do you. I'm here. We're just talking about Abacus. That's all we're doing. All I'm doing is.
Chief, mate, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Thank you, Allie, for dropping by, and I'll see you later. And have a good day at work. Have a good day at work. I can do that tomorrow. Teaching the matrix. I am teaching the matrix. Can you give me an example? Yes, let's do the 5. So that I usually start off with the 5, but everybody asked about the 10, so it's easy to do a transition. Now you understand. See you later. Oh yeah, see you later. Okay, so when we're looking how to make a 5. What does that mean? Well, we have our question. What happens when there's not enough? This is where we start understanding again how to make a 5. How do we make a 5? 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. 3 plus 2, and then 2 plus 3. That's what we're trying to do. So what we're doing is we're going to do this. Again, we know the concept. We know that when we want to make a 5, right, we do 1 plus 5. Easy. So the question is 4 plus 4. Notice when I have 4 on the abacus, I have to add another 4. When I add a 4, I'm not going to do 4 plus 4. This is 44. We know this. So what's going to happen is we actually need to add the 4 to the ones column. We need to add the 4 to the ones column. So if we add the 4 to the ones column, guess what? We're going to utilize the 5. Right? We're going to utilize the 5. Utilizing the 5 is more than enough because this is my 4. Guess what? It's too much. I need to take away the 1. So I take away the 1, so my final answer is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. I can do it on the abacus. Add the 5, take away the 1. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. But no, you forgot the 8. And then you forgot the 8. Like ponies. I like ponies. You forgot the 8. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what 8 is. 8 is 1 bead on top and then 3 beads on the bottom, right? It's easy. No, you're forgetting. I think I like ponies.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Do you understand the words that like coming out from my mouth.
So, but usually I teach the 5 first, and then I teach the 10. You know what I mean? Because the concept of taking away and subtracting is a little different.
If you're going hard enough left, you'll find yourself turning right.
Oh, right. That makes perfect sense. Turn right to go left.
So then, like here, if we do 3 on the abacus, it's the same thing. 3 on the abacus, I want to add 4. To add the 4, what do? We plus the 5, right? So we have to make this 4, a 5, right? Where are we going to get it from? We got to get it from the 3. The 1, right? The 1 comes from the 3. The 1 comes to the 3, so then I have enough room to add my 5. Thank you, Chris. Yes. So that's what we did. We take away the 1 to give to the 4 to make this 5. We could do that too. Maybe I'm going to teach it that way. Maybe I teach that way instead. And then we add our 5. So we have to take away from the previous number. It's still the same thing. We look at our second number. That concept never changes. That concept never changes, which is very interesting because in mainstream math, everything changes. Everything changes in mainstream math. But in Abacus, it's the same, and it becomes to a point where it gets automatic. All right. So that's it. But yeah, I've been on for a little bit. I'm going to take a little break. For those of you, thank you so much for dropping by. I'm hoping that makes sense. But yes, I do appreciate everybody joining. How are we doing? Does that make sense? Anybody have any other specific abacus questions? Yeah. Hello, California Beauty Lab. I would like to learn. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Laura. Thank you so much. It makes sense. Here we go. Let's do a little review. So we have 1 on the abacus. That's what 1 is. And then we have 2. We have 2. We have 3. We have 3. We have 4. We have 4. Does that make sense, California Beauty Lab? Does that make sense? So then we have 5. Thank you, Steph. I have to start to watch you add and subtract. Okay. Then we have 5, right? 5 is 5. This is 5. That's 5. We want to add 6. We have 6. We have 7. We have 7. We have 8. We have 8. We have 9, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9. And then the 10 looks like that. 10 is a reset, right? 10 is like that. That's what 10 looks like. 10 is a 1 and a 0. Noberto. No. Nettertot? Thank you. We homeschool and it looks awesome. Oh, good. Yeah, I do think it's the greatest thing because it's very visual and it's so interesting that the fact that we can see our numbers, make math easy. Right, Laura? The fact that you can see the numbers make math easy. It's just fascinating. Does that make? Yeah, I don't know if Chris is around, but yeah, and Rob. But the fact you could see it makes math easy. Wait, how did I get 10? How did I get 10? 1. It's just like how you write it. 1 and a 0. That's all it is. Because every column is being represented. So we do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. That's 10, right? In the ones place. 10, 1, 10s. Can you teach us multiplication? Yeah, but it'll have to be in my other live. Not right now. I'm actually quite spent. Does that make sense? So this is 10, this is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Right? So then what's 100? 1, 0, 0. Because we have our hundreds. Ones, tens, hundreds. Yep. So then we have thousands. And then we have 10,000s. Yeah, thank you, Diana, for the follow. Easy, right? And so if I want to do 5, this is not 10 because we're not combining the two. This is 55. This is 55. Thank you, Love Letter Gems, for the follow. Right? This is 55. So when we're looking, oh, wow, thank you, everybody, for the hearts and the likes. We have at 16,000. I do appreciate that. I love it. Oh yeah, me too. I'm so happy you do. So when we look at it, right, we want to be, every time the beads are touching this horizontal line, that's what's being counted. So we have 5 and 5, starting first grade, and this will help her. Oh, that'd be great. Love letter gems. You know, if she started first grade, oh, I don't have it, but I do have a. You could, if you want to start them on. If you want to start them on the Abacus, I would recommend doing the 2-digit puzzle pace or a 3-digit. If she knows her 3-digit, that'd be great, because I actually have that on stock right now. But there's a 3-digit maze, and what it is we start looking at the numbers. So the idea is you look at the number, and then you try to figure out what the answer is. What I do is I have a cover, so we try to figure out what this number is. So here we go. So if we have this number, what number do you think this is? This is my ones, tens, and then hundreds. My ones, my tens, and then hundreds. What number do you think that is? Thank you, Irina. Yes, thank you. 389. I'm curious why this wasn't taught when I was in school. I don't know. Oh no. I'm here to abacify the world. I'm here to introduce the abacus. I'm here to introduce abacus to the matrix. Welcome. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome to the real world.
So that's what the maze is. And the maze is to get the answers and then follow the path. And so the idea here is just to continue to learn how to read the abacus. That's what this is. And so this might be good for your first grader. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they already know their triple digits. Where is it? It is, hold on. I do have double digits, but right now it's out of stock. And so when we're looking, hold on, Seabass. So when we're looking, there's also a 4-digit maze as well. And then I also have a reverse maze, whereas you get the path and you have to just color in what the number is. So this is 711. You color in 711. I don't think she's at 3 digits yet. Okay, then you might want to get the 2 digits. It's up to you. But you can either get it here in my TikTok shop, or you can get it. You can get it over here. My full collection is actually here. But I do plan to put it on my TikTok shop. If you want to wait, it's fine too. Yeah, it's up to you. I do have it in the beginning of the book. How to read the abacus. So you're not completely like out of the blue. So here is the learning how to do the single digits. After the single digits is the double digits, right? We look at the double digits, we go the tens and the ones, and then we go into the triple digits. The triple digits, right? And I show you how to do it on the abacus. So here we have 236. So we have 200 over here, 30 over here, and then 1 over here. So this is the hundreds, the tens, and the ones. So when we look at it, it'll be 236. That's what it would look like. So I try to show the picture, and I try to show the label, and I try to show the number itself. So then there's that a repetitiveness, because what it is, it's all about practice. And then I give you the mask maze, of course, not a problem. Love letters, and so then she'll just practice. And then there's all these mazes that she can practice how to read, and I think it'd be good. It would push her to knowing how to do the 3 digits. You're going too fast. Sorry, Murray. I was talking to somebody. So does that make sense? And then if you ever wanted, hold on, Mary. Hold on. Let me finish my thought, and then we'll go back. So if you are interested, I do have answers in the back of the book. Does that make sense? Okay. So some people want to see the book, and I'm just doing a flip through of the book. Some people are here to learn how to read the abacus. Thank you. I do appreciate that you want to learn how to use the abacus. I don't have an abacus, but I have an application. Oh, good. Yep. The application is fine. I think sometimes if you want to go hire it, you would have to pay for it. So, okay. So, thank you so much for your patience. So, let's figure out what this is. This is a counting tool. This counting tool just tells me how to read the numbers. That's all it is. So, for those of you that are still around, thank you for joining. Thank you, and good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
All right, so here we are. We are going to figure out how to read this abacus, right? So we have 1 on the abacus. We have 1. We have 2 on the abacus. We have 2 pennies. That's what 2 is, right? We have 3 on the abacus. 3 on the abacus. We have 4 pennies. 4 on the abacus. We have 5. That's what 5 is. We have 6. We add the 1. We have 7. We add the 1. We have 8. We have the 1. We have 9. We add the 1. So we have 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? So then what's 10? 10 is that. 1 and a 0. 1 and a 0. That's what 10 is. Where is everybody? What time is it for everybody right now? Let me know in the chat what time it is for you. What time is it for you guys? Good morning, everybody. It's almost 10. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Oh, good morning, Sarah. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Leslie, you're up early. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Wow, 7. Okay, good. Hello, Mama M. Thank you so much. Hello, Jimmy. Hello, Nexus Knight. California Beauty. Hello, California Beauty. It's a little off because you're saying California Beauty, but it's 8:51. That's funny. Thank you, Merveri. Does this make sense? Right? What we just did, we just counted. Hello, Jana. So ones is 1 always 3 columns from the right? Yes. Because I have an indicator. Do you see that? There is a dot indicator. That tells me the ones place. Remind me how to buy from you? Oh, hold on. That's my name. Thank you. Thank you, Jana. Leslie, does that make sense? There's a ones indicator. This ones indicator tells me the ones place. There's 2. This is the column. This is 1,000. So this tells me the comma. Yeah, that's why. If you want to, so like a Pokemon, you choose 1. You could do this one over here. So if you do this one is my ones place, or you could do this one, right?
Pokemon, I choose you!
So we could do this. We could do 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, sorry. So then we could do that. So if I choose this one to be my ones place, like Roman numerals, we could do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, 4, 5 is the top B. We have 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. We have 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. We have 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. And then we have 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. And then 10 is that. That's all it is. Cool? So then you might be wondering, well, if I have this, then I can think of a really, really small number. I could do 0.000001. And then if I go back to here to show this as my ones place, if I go back to my here,
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
I move everything over to there. So then that means I do 1, right? This is my ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. So don't forget, my comma over here is my thousands. This is my comma. So I have 3,456. Does that make sense? Murari? Murari. Does that make sense? So we have our thousands, and then we can, and that's why it's kind of nice to have this dot over here, because it's nice to see it with the comma. It's harder to see the numbers when there's no comma, right? So you have to start counting it. Same thing. So that's why it's nice to have the commas, the groupings. So we could do it again, right? We could do 73,456.25. Thank you, Grayson. And then we could do this, right? That's what this would be.
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
So it'd be 55, right? 55,555.55. You are a good teacher. Thank you so much, Grayson. Right? If we want to do the next number, we could do this one, because this would be the highest number that we have on this abacus.
99 problems, but a ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me.
Right? So we have 99,999.99. That's it. So that's how we read the abacus. There we go. Reading the abacus. So we could even do it by tally marks. Some people mention this just like tally marks. So I was like, yeah, that's right. So if we look, this is 1, right? 1 tally mark, 2 tally marks, 2 tally marks, 3 tally marks, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? 4 tally marks is just this. Because tally marks is the columns, but we don't do columns. We don't say 4. We don't do that. That's not 4. This is 1,144. This is 1,111, right? So this is 4. What's your question, Irina? And then we do 5. 5 is the cross, right? That's what 5 is. And then we have 6. We have 5 plus 1 is 6. And then we have 7. 5 plus 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. And then we have 8. 5 plus 3 is 8, and then we have 9. 5 plus 4 is 9, and then we have 10. So if we have 8 plus 8, we take 2 beats. No, you don't we don't take away 2 beats. You take away 3, because the pair of 7 is not 2. The pair of 7 is 3. Look at the second number. Don't look at the first number. So if we have the number is 8 on the abacus, 8 on the abacus, right? How do you make a 10? 7 plus 3 is 10. 7 plus 3 is 10. So you take away from the 10, or take away from the 8, and you add the 1. Yeah. You don't go from the top, you don't go from the top down. Don't go up and down. You can do adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing on the abacus. You can do all of those. It's just not for looks. So yes, you could do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I have one of those or 2 from Japan I used to decorate. Oh, hey. Yo, Tappy! Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall, morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
So, grannies, you might be able to use it. Take it down from the wall, or take it out from collecting dust and start using it. Because why? Because it keeps your brain active, right? Learning the abacus keeps your brain active. It's like doing Sudoku, crossword puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, right? Word searches. That's 3 or 4 yawns. I know. I've been on for a long time. I was about to leave, but then people kept asking about how to use it. Yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'm done. I am spent. I'm getting sleepy. I apologize. I'm spent. So, but thank you for the hearts. Thank you, everybody. I hope that makes sense. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, we do adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing, but right now that's what I got. I'll follow you back. So, thank you so much. Oh yeah, no, not a problem. Thank you so much. I'll be back. Okay, great. Thank you. And Love Gems, let me know if you have any specific questions about how to compare like regular math to mainstream math. I was gonna say you were gonna take a break. I know. I was about to. I learned it in school in Japan. You did? That's fantastic. Do you still? I'll be back to. Okay, Jeff. Why? Is it that time? Did you learned it in school? So did you? Oh, can't remember. Okay. I have workbooks. For the adults as well. Thank you, Jeff Y, for attending. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you again. But yeah, Granny. So I would love my grandson to learn. Oh, that would be awesome. I know when my kids have kids. When my kids have kids, that's what my plan is. My plan is, do I do 2 classes? I do. If you want to DM me, you're welcome. I need to wake up my kids to go to school. Okay. Yeah, I'll be heading out as well. So thank you so much. Um, yes, I do. So go ahead and DM me. I don't know if I have a little stuff, but yeah, go ahead and DM me, and we could talk about. So it would be like 30 minutes a week. So the class would be 30 minutes once a week. So yeah, we'll talk. But I do offer, and but that's the hope, right? My hope is when I have when my kids have kids, and they're not right now, right? But like later, my plan is to teach the kids because now I have resources. How old are your grandkids? Can I ask, grannies? Just so I can get an idea of, just so I can get an idea like how old they are, because talking to each child is very different. He's almost 9. Okay, so then if that's the case, I would push him forward to doing the mazes, and then the curriculum is usually customized. Thank you so much for the rose. Thank you so much for the rose. All right. So thank you again, everybody, for joining. Thank you again for joining. Have a good day. Have a good morning. Have a good evening for those of you that are still here. Thank you so much, and I will see you all in my next live. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good day. Okay, perfect. Yeah, yeah. The curriculums are yeah.